Here he is representing from CSR initiative of Apollo Hospitals, and he will talk about the scope for professionals in corporate social responsibility initiatives. Lastly, Dr. Manikanta, the field practitioner, wash sector, he will disseminate the information about the skills, scope, and identity of the profession. I am very happy to invite all great speakers. Definitely, our webinar will throw a light, will throw a new direction to the bill, and their contributions will definitely useful for us for way forward. I am thanking to all for your participation, and I am also being part of this program. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, Harnath sir. Thank you. It was a valuable messages given by you. Like Andhra University has taken a great initiative. Now it's my privilege to invite Professor Sanjay Bhatt, Delhi School of Social Work.
Yeah, small request from Gadidas. I will go first because I will be leaving shortly.
Yeah, okay, sir. 1 second, sir. So we are delighted.
Please excuse me.
L.S. Gandidas, sir, President of INPSWA, worked as a professor of social work and Executive Director, Bangalore Urban Poverty Elevation Program, which is collaborated with Netherlands and Government of India. He is a specialist in development, monitoring and evaluation. He has monitored and evaluated many projects in India and East Asia. Sir, we request you to address us on this occasion.
Namaskaramu. Very happy to be associated with this particular venture of Andhra University, which is the oldest university in Andhra in social work department, and the number of teachers who emanated from there, starting from, I have not forgotten, M.E. Murthy Garu. He was the Dean of social work, and this department produced 3 vice chancellors, Dr. Ramana, Dr. Shimadri, and Dr. Sudhakar. All social work people, 3 vice chancellors have emerged from this particular department. I've been happy that I was associated with the department for quite some time, and it was a very big department with a lot of activities. My only take for the day, because I'm having a online discussion, actually, it will go on up to 4 o'clock for me. It started around 10 o'clock. I took a break. Sorry for this particular mess up. Important thing is, for the last 1 year, all social workers are connected through these particular platforms, north to south, east to west. And today we were able to move this connection to achieve an identity for social workers across India. And this identity, for which a number of us still work very hard. This identity comes from the strong regional associations of social work in India. And that is where India Network of Professional Social Workers Association has brought number of associations together. We are moving forward in that direction to bring more associations into this. And I just want to tell one thing. India Network doesn't have any direct individual membership. It only has association members. Therefore, if you are connected to any association, automatically you will be member of INPSWA, which is connected with International Federation of Social Work as well as Asia Pacific Association of Social Work. That way we will have a great interactions along the globe. And this is one of the important things we have taken up, along with a number of other senior social workers, a project of drafting a bill and submitting to the government, which is already there. Therefore, I request all the speakers not to comment on the bill at the moment, but to focus more on how do we achieve this bill in the parliament. This focus would help all of us to concert our effort in bringing this bill at least in the next session. And Sanjay Bhatt has vouched yesterday in the meeting that he will work very hard by targeting, categorizing our interventions. Therefore, my humble request is the whole discussion, I look forward to give us a strength as well as a tips and points how we are collectively going to achieve this. Thank you for the time. I'm sorry I could not participate for wholeheartedly, but since recording is there, I will take it from Anita Rigo and I will listen to that. And very thank you for the time. And I'm sorry, Sanjay, I have to take it over before you. Sorry. Thank you.
Sir, for your encouraging words, and you have highlighted the situation of the bill. Now I request our key speaker, Professor Sanjay Bhatt ji, to address the gathering on this occasion.
Thank you, friend, for inviting me to attend this program and talk to you. Thank you, Professor Gandhidas, Professor Harnath, my other friends, Dr. Devi Prasad ji, and others, and dear colleagues. This seminar at the juncture when yesterday in Parliament, a question raised by a member of Parliament regarding social work has been very casually answered by the Ministry of Education. This seminar became very important and its title that reimagining social work profession become more important. The three questions which were raised in the Parliament, one question was how the social work can be popularized, can be a popular subject. The other was, is there any proposal to establish council of social work education? And third question was, how many universities social work is being taught? So very simple question. The minister has responded. You might have seen the answer is being circulated in some of the WhatsApp group. It says that University Grant Commission has done this, it has brought out a syllabus, it has brought out a national curriculum, it has developed the learning outcome curriculum framework in social work and other things. It has also appended one that the UGC has a national framework on community engagement and social responsibility, something like this. So this is what the understanding of Ministry of Education through UGC about the social work. In one way, I take it as a good move. At least we came to know what people understand by the social work profession. So now this will help us in redesigning our strategies, the redesigning, reimagining the social work profession and rescheduling our priorities of the campaign. The second question was very flatly denied, that ministry has no proposal to establish council. That is also a welcome answer. It was expected from them that they will say like this. After receiving 1,000 emails and many letters, the ministry says there is no proposal. So now we will tell the minister that here is the proposal and now you tell me what you can do. Third, very important information, that social work is being taught in 181 universities. Friends, According to All India Survey on Higher Education, there are 993 universities in this country. So roughly, if we remove some universities like agriculture and pharmacy and law and other universities, it must be remaining around 800 or 700 universities, which are generic in nature, including correspondence course universities, distance education universities. So our presence is in the 25% university of the country. And on other occasion, I told you that I have collected some data from government, which shows that from 2010-11 to 2018-19, around 7 lakhs students have been registered in BSW and MSW program. We have also information that we have 526 plus departments or colleges where social work is being taught. Now, our network is not small. We have a big network. 25% universities teaching social work. What else you want? We have a big network. Now, question arises that why we could not have the social work council. It's very simple. This development took place in last 20-25 years. 1995, we have 56-60 Department of Social Work, producing around 3,000 social workers. Now we are producing 1 lakh. Enrollment is of 1,10,000 something. 66,000 in BSW and 48,000 in MSW program. This is not my data. This is data of Government of India, Ministry of Education. I have written a paper which you can get it soon, and I will show you that how this data is coming. So friends, in this light, when last year the Niti Aayog started a discussion to explore the possibilities of a council on social work education, some of social workers, senior social workers, having the patronage of Professor R. Maiti Desai, professor like Gandhi Das, professor like Devi Prasad, Vimla Nath Karani, Murli Desai, they all gathered. I missed the name of Professor Helen Joseph and Sivli Kumar. They all gathered and they started thinking that can we draft a model bill to take it to the parliament. So this bill is not being drafted by the ministry. This bill is voluntarily drafted by the social workers. So the answer of ministry is right that we don't have a proposal. But yes, you will make this possible. We will make this possible if we get together, we come together and we make a concerted effort. So the bill formation took place in this manner. Friends, understand that this is a document produced by voluntary social worker, discussed all over the country from last 1 year, and it has been finalized and submitted to the Minister of Education, that it has been submitted to the Prime Minister, submitted to the Niti Aayog, and we are discussing and forcing to them by our advocacy effort. This is bill formation. The current status is that it is in the Ministry of Education, but Ministry of Education has not moved our file. So we need a push. We need a push from you. What else you need? A profession which is taught in 145 countries, and India is the second largest number of programs. What else we need? Your department has produced the 3 vice chancellors from social work. There are around more than a dozen senior social work educators who have provided leadership to the universities. What can be more important that Professor Almaiti Desai provided leadership to the University Grant Commission? So friends, let us recognize our strength. Yesterday in one seminar I said, somebody asked that why we do not have council. I said ignorance on their part and innocence on our part. We were very innocently asking. We were thinking that we are not a large community. We were thinking that a professional social work is in a small discipline which is being taught in the university. No, we were wrong. You were wrong. I was wrong. Now the data tells that we have a huge community. 7 lakhs I am telling you from 2010 to right now, 18-19. Now add another 20 years past. At least take 20,000 per year. That means 4 lakhs, 11 lakhs people. That's the strength. And still we are begging because we could not show our strength. And how important we are for social sector? Probably government has not misunderstood it. They have taken us granted. Like they have taken granted to the ASA workers, they have taken granted to the Anganwadi workers. But their health and education system is being running on these two paraprofessionals. Similarly, social workers. If in university system, if any subject is most demanding, most job oriented, that is social work. Take the data of any department. Some department produces 100% employment, but some department produces at least 50% employment. But it is most important. I give you another statistics. In 2008-9, the government decided to open 18 central universities. Out of these 18 central universities, I know personally that 12 universities have opened social work department on priority basis. You also know. Central University of Tamil Nadu, Central University of Kerala, Central University of Himachal Pradesh, Central University of Bihar, Central University of South Bihar, Central University of Jammu, Central University of Kashmir, all have opened social work as a primary department. Not because they have love with our name, because our subject is being demanded by this society. You know, in Ramayana, there is a character. The character of Hanuman. Today is also Tuesday, the day of Lord Hanuman. One of the characteristics of Hanuman was he was not aware of his strength. So every time he is being told that Hanuman, you can do this. Hanuman, you can fly. Hanuman, you can jump. Social workers are like Hanuman. They have to be told about their strength. That you can do. You can take counsel. You can ask the government and you can bring the government to consider your proposal and your demand. So you have to reimagine your profession. Your profession is a very powerful profession. You are one profession who is demanded by 18 ministries of this country. 18 ministries of this country. Dr. Ashutosh Pradhan has written in chat box Central University of Odisha. No, Dr. Pradhan, I just mentioned few universities. But I'm saying out of 18 those new universities, at least 12 universities have Department of Social Work. Thank you very much for bringing it to my mind. So I was saying that our community is like Lord Hanumana. Very humble, serving, silently serving the society, having characteristic of a serving person like Hanuman, but at the same time, not realizing the strength. Today is the day of Lord Hanuman. I recall him and I recall the social work community. Recognize your strength. Come forward. Now you will ask me what we can do. Dr. Aib Burgess, my other friend, will tell you how to go ahead. I just ask you, as a teacher, as a student, as a professional, can't you write one letter? One letter to Minister of Education? Can't you write one letter to your Member of Parliament? Can't you write one letter to a person of social eminence who can influence the government? Please do it. My appeal, my humble appeal. Believe me, you have a great strength. We have a great strength. I believe in your strength. This is the right time to strike. In winter session, we have to ask the government to put the bill on table. Thank you very much, friends. I have taken your time more than allotted to me, but really, I enjoyed your title of your webinar and introduction by Professor Harnath. I am just sharing it. I do not know whether I should share it or not. Professor Ramanna wrote a letter to Prime Minister, and it has been responded by the ministry. That is the power. So let us learn from our seniors that if you will also write, the government will respond. If not once, it will you write twice. If not twice, write thrice. Let's see how they don't respond. Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Harnath, giving me this opportunity, and thank you, organizer. Thank you, Dr. I. Burgess, for bringing me on the board, and thank you, Dr. Mahendra, to link me with the fraternity of Andhra Pradesh. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I have finished my talk. Back to organizers.
Thank you, Sanjay Bhatt sir. Thank you for giving the current status of the bill at the national level and also highlighting about the movement. Now I request Professor Saraswati Iyer Garu to address the gathering on the movement and the campaign about Social Work Council. Ma'am, over to you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Am I audible, sir? Am I audible, sir?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
yes.
Yes, please carry on.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I profusely thank the organizing team of Andhra University Department of Social Work, India Network of Professional Social Workers Association, Professional Social Workers Association Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh Professional Social Workers Association for giving me an opportunity to participate in this important national webinar on Am I audible, sir? Sorry for there were some network issues.
Ma'am, audible, ma'am. Please continue.
Yeah. So I profusely thank the Andhra Pradesh Professional Social Workers Association for giving me an opportunity to be part of this important national webinar on reimagining social work profession in India, role of National Council for Social Work Education. We are very fortunate to have amidst us distinguished speakers like Professor Sanjay Bhatt, Professor L.S. Gandhidas ji, Dr. Varghese ji, Dr. S. Harnath, Dr. T.S. Vijay Bhavani, Sri Srinivas Gaud Garu, Dr. Anita Regoji, and Dr. Dhananjay and Dr. Manikanta, who represent both the academic fraternity and social development field. As far as the campaign on promoting the passing of the National Council of Social Work Education Bill is concerned, it's very active, and it is trying to organize a number of webinars in different parts of the country, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. And the social work educationers as well as practitioners are organizing good number of activities to take the mission forward. And the social work professionals are making representations to the officials concerned to ensure that the bill is passed in the parliament with the concerted efforts by both the social work educators as well as the field practitioners. Yes, I do understand that the National Council for Social Work Education Bill, once passed in the Parliament, will not only enhance social work education, but also ensure standards in social work education. It can include its linkages with practice, knowledge, and ethical conduct, and accredit social work educational institutions and programs. This bill is also likely to pave way for providing registrations of social work professionals, because as far as the social work professionals are concerned, not many of us are registered under the suitable associations. And with the passing of this National Council of Social Work Education bill, I'm sure that we'll be able to get ourselves registered, and also we'll be able to develop the code of ethics for professional social workers. And human resource planning would also be done, because in every sector we require professional social workers, and this gap would also be addressed by the passing of this council. And we'll also be able to identify specialized fields of professional social workers. You name the field, and there is abundant scope for professional social workers. So as far as the human resource planning is concerned, with the passing of this National Council bill, I'm sure that this would be done, and we will have enough scope for professional social workers. Of course, continuing education and capacity building programs, promotion of social work research, because social work research is one of the areas where there is enough scope, and social work professionals can contribute to the Indian society by carrying out research in the relevant areas, and will also be able to help the government in making policies, and also in launching programs that are need-based, and will also be able to promote collaboration as well as partnership, and also address grievances, and much more advantages are there with regard to the passing of this National Council of Social Work Education Bill. I am sure it's a great opportunity for the professional social workers to learn more about the National Council, so as to reap the benefits of the council once it is materialized. And we are very fortunate to have Professor Butt, who has been very instrumental in bringing out this mission forward, and he has been very active right from the beginning. And of course, we also have amidst us Professor Devi Prasad Garu, who has been instrumental in drafting this bill, and from the Andhra Pradesh state, his contribution should never be forgotten. He has been consistently working towards the drafting of this bill, and also in taking this mission forward. And as far as today's webinar is concerned, this type of webinars are being organized by different universities and colleges and non-governmental organizations in order to enrich participants about the bill and its significance. And as far as today's webinar is concerned, around 350 participants have registered so far from various parts of the country, and the participants, as all of us know, include senior academicians, practitioners working in NGOs, INGOs, DOs, CSR, social activists, research scholars, and social work students, both pursuing DSW and MSW, and PhD scholars and MPhil scholars are also there. And I'm sure that this webinar helps the professional social workers to understand the significance of the council and also the future of professional social workers with this National Council of Social Work Education, which is there around the corner. Thank you one and all for giving me this valuable opportunity to be part of this important campaign. Thank you one and all. Over to the organizer, sir.
Thank you, Saraswati ma'am. Ma'am, now I request P.S. Vijay Bhavani Garu, Social Development Professional. She is PhD in Mental Health and she has written and published the books on self-help groups, trafficking, and she has also papers on policy issues. She is awarded with Women Entrepreneurs, State Government of AP and Telangana. Madam is a high-level committee in the Government of India of Sexual Harassment Committees in Public Sector. Now, I request Vijay Bhavani ma'am to address the gathering.
Thank you very much. I feel it as an honor. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I feel it as an honor to speak before the august audience. I think it's my first time that I've been speaking in front of my professor, my guide, Professor Devi Prasad Garu, and all senior professors. So I'm excited as well as I'm feeling a bit nervous, but still I think I'll continue to do this. Thank you very much. I would like to focus on the need for the council as a practitioner, because as a practitioner, we are representing social work in the society. And when we finish our academics as an academic social academics in universities and join as practitioners, there are issues. There are many things where we feel that we are social workers, but somehow we lack recognition, or we still need some more appreciation or some more recognition. As we all know, that social work is a value-based education which focuses on justice and empowerment of lives of people. But the sad story is we social workers have failed to do justice to ourselves. The present scenario of professionals who pass out from the prestigious universities is that we do not get recognition as being professionals. Salaries are sometimes as low as 4,000 in the initial period, and we social workers still do not have a council to provide license to work like any other professional courses. Social work in India can be practiced by anyone, irrespective of the fact that either they are illiterate or may not possess any social science degree, jobless, or anyone. However, in other countries like England, America, Canada, social workers have a license to practice the profession, which is more dignified than the social workers in India. Due to the licensing system only, those who possess license are allowed to carry out social work practice. And I wish the same happens to us very soon. We professionals are more focused on project management, right from local level to international level, from government to international agencies, and we can influence policy matters more effectively than any others. And this has been my experience. We have experience of managing projects across the fields, from tribal areas to rural areas, cosmopolitans to national and international levels. In our academics, we are taught about the need for project formulation, and as practitioners, we can very well achieve them by making project strategies and also achieve the deliverables in time. We have experience of managing projects in various government and international organizations, developing and managing projects in different departments like women and child welfare, health, water and sanitation, education, labor, policy, judiciary, Panchayati Raj department, any line department that works with people, we are there, and our presence is very much felt. We are the ones who have been working towards distributive justice and have taught many concepts to many departments through our work. Advocacy is our major strength. We have been talking about different advocacy strategies, and we have learned through our experience also. Today, most of the work of a professional social worker is towards advocacy. In any given programs, there is a concept, and that concept needs to be grounded down, and this can be possible only through a proper advocacy strategy. For example, if we talk about gender concepts, gender mainstreaming, gender budgeting, gender neutral policies, these all comes under the purview of advocacy, as per my experience where I've worked. And I think we as professional social workers can make a difference in providing our strategies, providing our skills in these concepts. Similarly, like in disasters. In disasters, from rapid assessment to disaster mitigation, we social workers fit perfectly into doing this work, because this is what is our professional standards. And by using these strategies, a professional social worker always tries to make a mark in any organization. However, still we compromise. We compromise on our designations, we compromise on our salaries, we compromise on our recognition. We have professional standards and we have our own skill set and we have our own ethics. And we always stand up to our ethics and to our skills. But still, we lack the recognition and we are underemployed. The society accepts anybody as social worker because they do not understand the true value of a social worker who is working round the clock, stretching during emergencies. There are many government departments who has mandate to appoint a social worker. Example, school social worker, a medical social worker. But we have seen that a science teacher or a PET teacher has taken up the role of a professional social worker in school social work, and a senior nurse or a senior sister is acting as a social worker in medical institutions. And we accept it. Until unless we come together, we fight together for a council, for an act to make our voice heard, I'm sure we continue to have these problems repeatedly. Hence, I strongly feel that we need to be recognized and we need to be given a place in the society as we contribute a lot to the society. Even in the recent pandemic, we have seen that it is a social worker, along with the frontline workers, along with the warriors. We were there round the clock, right from dry ration distribution to providing psychosocial support to families who are affected, children who are affected, families who have lost job, the families in pain and grief. We were the ones who were there all the time. But when it came to recognition, it was the frontline workers, it was the doctors, it was the police and the others. But no social worker was given the due recognition. This is high time we all come together and put our best efforts to get a council so that our voice is heard and we remain to be the professional social workers. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavani ma'am. Thank you so much. And now I request Sri Dhananjay Garu, who is currently working as Chief Operating Officer in Total Health, a CSR initiative of Apollo Hospitals. He is also alumni of Andhra University. Sir, now over to you.
Thanks, Mahinder. Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Audible. Good morning, everyone. I am very junior in this forum. I'm the 94-96 batch of social work alumni in Andhra University. It's very glad to me be a part of this webinar today. Now I'm speaking regarding the scope for the social worker professionals in CSR initiatives in India. Regarding this, the philosophy of the corporate social responsibility in the business world has gained momentum over the past few decades. Now many companies are practicing some from the social and environmental responsibilities with the broader goal contribution towards the well-being of the society. CSR is not a topic these days, especially in current pandemic times. It has become an integrated part of the company operators, its business transactions, and the possible impact it has been creating for the better society. Nowadays, companies can demonstrate social responsibility in many ways, such as donation provided to the education, underprivileged children, animal welfare, art and culture, employee volunteering, implementing environmentally safe processes, fundraising, etc. In India, the first country in the world to make CSR mandatory following an amendment to the Companies Act 2013 in April 2014. According to industry estimates in India, there is a huge scope in CSR. Almost 21,349 companies involved in the CSR program. Total amount per annum is spending more than 21 crores Indian rupees. And almost all the states and union territories, 36, are involved in this activity. And more than 30,000 plus CSR projects is running in the country. These numbers are telling how potential future will be have the social workers in India. Hence, with the above, it is clear that there is a dire need to the companies to scale up the CSR initiatives. Social workers will have a good scope, but the professionals should upgrade not only the community engagement, but also the technical part of advocacy, convincing presentation of different skill set. It is a tough job working in a corporate sector, but with all the above skill set, we'll perform our best level, we'll get great opportunities. Thank you, Professor Arnath sir and Mr. Mahendra, to giving me this opportunity to be a part of the valuable campaign today. Thanks one and all.
Thank you, Dhananjay sir, for giving us the insight and the scope for social work education in corporate social responsibility. Now I request all the participants to on their videos for a group photograph, please. Sir, smile please. Yeah, another snap. Smile please. Thank you. First, Dr. I.P. Varghese, sir, to give us the way forward on the council.
Thank you, sir. Very respected Professor Saraswati Raju, Dr. Vijay Bhavani, Srinivas Gaud sir, Gadhidhar sir, Professor Sanjay Bhatt, Dr. Anita, Dr. Dhananjay, Dr. Haranand, and Dr. Manikanda. I can see Sister Sahaya and all here in the crowd. A warm good morning to all of you. And first of all, I congratulate Andhra University for organizing this wonderful program. Now, with the introductions given by Professor Gandhidhar sir and Sanjay Bhatt sir, so how far we have traveled so far in this mission that has been explained. And of course, Professor Dev Prasad also is here. And I think he will be also giving some kinds of, inputs towards this one. Yesterday's question, as Sanjay Bhatt sir said, why the government is refusing to grant us a council? Why the government is not allowing? And one of the person in the chat box, he put, because we are innocent. Because we are innocent. Social workers are innocent. We just obey whatever the government say, and actually we don't put force for our demands. That's the thing. And actually, we always teach our students that ours is a profession. Social work is a profession. And that is the teaching we give them till they pass out. And when they pass out from the college, they realize that this is not a profession. And when they come back to us and ask, sir, you taught us that this is a profession, and now we see that this is not a profession. Why it's so? Why you are teaching wrong things? But at the same time, we cannot tell. Since this has been identified and taught as a profession across the world, we can't tell them that social work is not a profession. But only in India we face this problem. And we have been demanding this at least for the last 30 years, formation of a council. That is our very basic need. Now that whatever Professor Sanjay Bhatt sir he has shared, a working group has prepared this draft bill. It was circulated widely across India, and the suggestions were taken, the comments were considered, and modifications were done, and a final draft was prepared and submitted to the Honorable Prime Minister of India and all the relevant ministries. Now it is with the ministry now. A lot of activities are going on. I mean, the entire our country has been divided into 6 major zones, and we belong to the South Zone. And this campaign work is going on, so that everybody, all the social workers in India must be aware of this campaign and must be aware of this draft bill. Because every time people say that ours is not a profession, they will ask what seniors are doing, what you are doing so far. So such questions are always asked. So let them understand that this has been a process that was taking place for the past many decades. And this is a wonderful chance. And let me say, this time, this is the rigorous campaign that has taken place. Rigorous campaign. Now for the last at least 1 year, it's going to be 1 year, we started the meeting with the Niti Aayog and come up to this place. Now, we know the attitude of the politicians and the government. Unless we cry aloud, our demands will not be realized. That is the situation. Okay, now that the bill is with the Education Minister and the Prime Minister and others, each one of us, so this is the way forward I am sharing. Each one of us must write to the Prime Minister of India, the Education Minister, and all other relevant ministries. Let it be even a 2-line letter. We must tell them that we are a strong force of more than 5 lakhs in India. It is touching 6 lakhs of social workers. We need a council, and we are the profession, so much of use for the society. We need a profession. We have nearly 600 social work institutions teaching these undergraduate and postgraduate courses. We need a profession. Every year in the regular course itself, not less than 30,000 people are passing out as a professional, as a social worker. We need a council to regulate our activities. Okay, so that is the official thing. So please, let all of us write. Now what I see, most of them may be academicians in this, and we have to work with the practitioners, all have to be together. So when you go back to your institution, please conduct internal seminar with your faculty members and students. This is a compulsory thing. Take it as a compulsory thing at the earliest. Maybe tomorrow you can organize a seminar within you, because the draft bill is available and it has been distributed. The one which has been given to the Prime Minister. It is available in many websites also. If you simply type the draft bill on National Council for Social Work Education, you will get it. It is available in many of the websites of our associations also. So you can download it and just go through that, share with the students, let them have a discussion. Let there be one-day discussion on the bill itself. So that has to take place. Secondly, so two things I have said. One is writing to the ministries. Second is organizing seminars within your department. And when you write to the ministers, please ensure that you are writing individually, you are writing on behalf of your organization or institution also. So let maximum number of emails and the postal letters reach to the ministry. Another thing is that you have to convince our MPs and the ministry. If you have any connection with the political parties, if you have any friendship with the MPs, please meet them and give them a letter. We have the letter also. And let me say, for writing to the Prime Minister or other ministries, a draft letter is available. You can use that, but you can modify also. You can edit it and make any changes as you wish. That also is there. That also can be shared. And please approach the member of parliaments and convince them that this is a requirement. Because many of our institutions may be working with the local MPs and they may be inviting them for many of their programs also. So it may not be a very big task. So once we are able to convince them, our way forward will be some more easy. And if anybody has got any connection with the central government or the ministers, please invite them and please make use of their that connectivity. And the next thing is bureaucracy. Okay, so this is same way. If anybody has got any relatives, IAS officers or people of the similar grades, they are the people to move the files in the ministry now, because the file has to move in the ministry, within the ministry. That has to take place by this bureaucrats. So please, anybody has got any connection with them, so that personal connections can be made use of. That is another thing. And next is your media. Please conduct, if possible, please conduct press meetings. Otherwise, you write to the press. Okay, you prepare, do any type of campaigns in the social media. Okay, you can prepare brochures or posters or anything and post it in the social media and let it circulate widely. That's our requirement. And even we can see that we have the experience that the government has taken many times. Government has taken actions based on the social media campaign also. We are not asking for something big, but for us it's big. For the government, it's a very small thing. So we should be able to convince and let all of us, the whole Indian social workers, work together this time. Whenever you meet somebody, some other social workers, talk on this council bill. If you meet other people in the social service sector, please talk on this council bill. This all will help us. This is not to harm anybody else. This is for our own development. And finally, I want to, remind all of us, including me, that this is my responsibility. The responsibility of each and every social workers in India. Because, we may be working good, we may be in a better position in the social work now, but at the same time, our personal development as a social worker may be taking place. I repeat, the personal development as a social worker may be taking place, but the profession also needs to be developed in our country. We need to be at par with the international people. When we talk to them, it's a sorry figure we have to say that we don't have a council in India to regulate our activities. So let's overcome this together let us work. And once again, I congratulate on behalf of the National Campaign Committee and being the convener of South India zone. I extend my greetings and congratulations to all the organizers of this program. Now I see Sister Sahaya. Sister, hi. Okay, wish you all the best.
Sir, I listened to you carefully.
Okay. Nice meeting you here.
Thank you so much, sir. So we also have senior faculty members over here, Professor Setu sir, Devi Prasad sir. Sir, we request you to address the gathering, sir.
Dr. Mahendranath,
Yes, sir.
due to some technical reasons, Professor Devi Prasad sir just left, but he is unable to rejoin.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes.
It's overcrowded.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry,
Sir,
it was a technical issue, sir. We request for your excuse. Actually, it should go with 250, but due to some technical issue, it was confined only to 100 members. Kindly excuse us, sir. And now, this is the time for your questions.
Only 100 is admitted right now. Beyond 100, it is not taking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I completed my other one and rejoined. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So glad of you. Now let us have 3 to 4 questions. So we have our key speakers who can give us an answers for this. So it is open for questions.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, any questions, please?
Yeah. Can you hear me, sir? This is Anand. Hello.
Yeah, please, sir. We are audible. Please.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay. Sir, my question is, I am very happy to participate in this program. I have got few questions since I am very new. You are all seniors here. If you can answer my question. One side, we are fighting for a council. We want a social work profession council at the national level where all our professionals can be guided. Parallelly, I'm also seeing some programs going on who are saying about we cannot professionalize social work. Social work is only service oriented, and then Bharatiya of social work. This is a new concept which I have been hearing about. So how are we going to have our council with this two contrary situations in our society, sir? Can you help me understand this?
Sanjay, if you are there, please.
Well, Dr. Anand, I would like to tell you that these two are different things. Bhartikaran or Indianization means that we are trying to say that our courses are westernized and want to. But Bhartikaran people are not saying that social work is not a profession. They are working. They are very much part of the whole system. They are doing a job. They are not doing free service. They are not doing free seva. They are also paid either in the universities or in colleges or in any. They are simply saying that the social work started with the American social work and we are still having the legacy of colonization. So let us remove it. My personal response was that A,
85 years. In 85 years, we have almost Indianized the social work. Tell me the situation where we are teaching or we are following the American or British social work. Almost all the papers we teach, they are very well suited to the Indian society, solving the problem of Indian masses. We are using the cultural language, methods, techniques, which we have adapted and modified in Indian context. Are we teaching Tom, Dick and Harry, Harris or Jones? Nothing like that. Of course, whatever are the basic books or basic documents from where the history came, that we are teaching. But I believe with the 2 review committees of UGC, 3 times changing the syllabi by UGC, we have almost Indianized the social work. And I believe all of you will agree with me. Still, I told my friends, those who are advocating Bhartikaran or Indianization, let us sit down, tell me where are the hitches in our syllabus. We will remove it. Right? This is one. Nobody is against the council. Some people have raised the objection that in India, licensing cannot be done. So my dear friend, I advise that read the bill which has been prepared by the senior social work educator of this country and which has been discussed more than 200 webinars throughout the country by thousands of social workers. Tell me where it says that you need a license to do social work. Tell me where it says that those who are not professionally qualified social workers, they will be kept, they will not get job in social sector. We are simply saying that we are an educated people. We know our subject. We know how to do social work. Let us recognize it because it is very much in tune of your own policy. The national education policy, the first point it says quality of education. And our bill is also saying that we want quality of social work. So I don't see any contradiction. I've already given you enough statistics which people have never understood, never shared. That's why, friend, I am saying there is no two things in the Bhartikaran and this effort. There are many friends in this campaign, those who also advocate Bhartikaran. There are many friends. They have never said that we are against the council. And we never said we want a licensing. We said voluntary registration. We said that there should be a register of professional social workers. Let us know how many social workers are working in this field. Let the government have this data. Had we have been the council now, in Corona, we would have performed much better because we would have been organized. We would have been directed by our own professional bodies that, dear friends, we have to fight with the Corona in such. Many schools of social work are saying how to do field work. Probably if we would have council, we would have issued one document that this is the alternate to do field work. So many benefits. I don't find any contradiction. Thank you, brother.
Just to add to that, I think they will be coming again and again. That's not a point. At the moment, all those people who are talking about that are teaching the same syllabuses that Dr. Bhatt has mentioned. They are not teaching anything new. Therefore, it is a kind of a certain situation, and we are all watching that very closely. We are monitoring it. At the moment, since we have reached every part of this country, they are somewhat backtracking, but they will come. But as Sanjay Bhatt said, we are not afraid, nor we concerned. We move the goal that we set for ourselves.
Thank you, Professor Sanjay Bhatt ji and Gandhidhav sir. we have time and we can go for another one more question, please. And I request all the participants, we have shared the Google form for feedback. Kindly please give your valuable feedback in this link given, and a e-certificate shall be generated.
Yeah, Dr. Mahendra, there is a question in that Professor Pratibha Mishra, what will be our next strategy over the politicians about council? What will be our next strategy?
Professor Varghese sir, I request you to.
Yeah, IP must be there. IP, yeah.
Yes, please. Hello, can you repeat, please?
The question by Professor Pratibha J. Mishra, what will be our next strategy to aware the politicians about council?
Yeah, actually, that's what I said. We have to utilize whatever influence we have. Okay. First of all, almost all the institutions will have a contact with the local member of parliaments. So it is good that you personally visit them and share what we do actually, and what is this all about, what is this campaign going on, why we require a council, and this type of things we can share with him, and also tell them that we have already given the draft bill to the ministry. Now it is waiting for the actions to be taken by the ministry. So when it comes to the parliament, when it is presented to the parliament, of course, that time is their role. And before that also, if they are more powerful, they may have some close contact with these ministries. Especially, please concentrate on the education ministry now. Okay, because they are the people to take action on the bill. So it has to come to the parliament. It has to be presented in the parliament. And then again, the government will put it open for the public opinion. Okay, and before coming to the parliament, it will go to the approval of the finance. It will go to the approval of the legal experts. All these steps are there. Okay, so the first thing is that you please contact the local MPs or even any central ministers are there. Personally contact them. And we are so happy that the people of Dr. Anita and the team, they have met the Vice President of India last week and handed over a memorandum. So this itself was a great step in our campaign, so that people in his position comes to know about this type of campaign. And surely they will give a word to the ministry also. So when the pressure reaches there in the ministry from different corners, yeah, surely we'll be able to achieve our goal. That's the thing.
Thank you, Varghese sir. I just want to share the question asked by Honorable Vice President of India. Sir, has Honorable Vice President of India has asked, what is the benefit if you get this bill? This was a direct question asked by him. Then Dr. Anita ma'am has replied that we will be most instrumenting people to taking the government programs to reach out to the grassroots level. So he was inspired with the answer, and he has promised that he will create a platform to have a meeting with Honorable Minister for Education, with Sri Dharmendra Pradhanji.
To add to that, Dr. Devi Prasad has made a 10 point to say why we need this bill. I think it was presented yesterday in the Kerala meeting. I think I request Devi Prasad to share with you so that it will be easy for you to understand.
Thank you, Gandhidhar sir. Sir, another one question, please? So it's 12:20. We have another 10 minutes. Professor Setu, sir.
Setu can answer because he was in the other program the other day. So he can, and also Tamil Nadu was there. So he can share how Tamil Nadu is doing and what is other things you can share, Setu.
Thank you, Ji. Good morning to all. Actually, I endorse the views of Professor Varghese, because unless otherwise we push forward this particular bill, again, it's very difficult, and moving our own the local MPs, people's representatives, and it is the best way. So in Tamil Nadu also we are following the same thing. Even myself, I contacted the member of parliament, and I briefed him about the bill, present bill and all. And even the webinars, the number of webinars we are conducting now, that will have an impact, and those who are in the capital, they have their own access to the ministries and all, the local MPs there, and even they can be approached. And again, we have to create awareness among the people's representatives and the ministry bureaucrats. That's very important. Hello? Hello?
Mahendra?
Mahendran?
I think he's left, I think.
No, he has not.
No, he is admin, no.
Yes.
Actually,
Okay. Actually, some problem with his system and the connection, and
Yes, sir. We have a lot of network issue over here.
Yeah.
Setu, sir.
We are searching for you.
Thank you for responding, sir. Sir, we have. So it is a time for vote of thanks with the permission of the floor.
DP Babu wants some question, I think.
Yeah, please, sir.
Varghese can answer that.
What is the question? Can you repeat, please?
DP Babu, he was raising.
But Babu has left the meeting just now. Sir, there is one comment in the chat box. I thought you can have that admission. Like Pratibha Mishra ma'am is saying that should we also work with UGC? That's the kind of a thing.
No, you answer, IP.
Yeah, actually, see, we must work with UGC. There's no doubt in that, because, earlier our students used to get the grants from the UGC, and recently we are all aware that the UGC has given a response that ours is not a profession. So we must work with the UGC, but we have already approached the UGC and we got a reply from them to approach the education minister. Okay, but still the recommendation, it's good that the recommendation also has to go from UGC. In the previous committees of UGC itself has earlier recommended, some decades before, on the need of a council for the social work. But the people are changing, but still we should not give up. We should approach UGC also. Dev Prasad sir is back here.
Devi Prasad sir, your 10 point, why we need the council? They were asking some question. I said Devi Prasad has that 10 points.
I got disconnected. Anyway, I think IP might have given the reply.
No, sir. No, sir. He has given
At
another
10 points,
reply.
you can share
Please
the 10
tell us about the 10 point agenda, please, sir.
Okay, I think the copy was sent to you, if I recall correctly. Just a second, 1 second. Am I audible to you?
Yeah.
Okay. The 10 reasons why do we need a council for social work education in India was prepared by the National Campaign Committee. The first reason is that the creation of a council will help enhance the quality of social work education in India by setting proper standards. The second strong point is that most of the 145 countries where social work is taught globally, they have councils, either private or government sponsored councils. Third is that India has the largest number of social work programs. As of now, there are 526 programs, both in private and public colleges, and they are producing, at least according to the recent survey, the All India Survey of Higher Education 2018 and 19, including MSW and BSW, around 1 lakh students are enrolled every year. So the number of students that are produced in the 526 colleges, more than 2 lakhs. Therefore, there is a need for the council. Now I think it is time. Then a fourth point is that social work is one of the, may I request the other people mute their speakers? Hello?
Sir, please mute. Others, please mute your mic.
So, it is one of the best jobs.
Devi Prasad sir, please unmute yourself.
Right. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As Sanjay Bhatt was mentioning, that our social work program is one of the best job-oriented courses in the university system. If a correspondence, if a open distance learning university or a central university is willing to open the social work program in their universities, it is because ours is a job-oriented course and it creates a demand for the university. Then, as I was mentioning, that the All India Survey of Higher Education 2018-19 has mentioned that every year around 1 lakh students are enrolled into the BSW and MSW programs. We are all aware that social work has been recognized in for positions, both voluntary and paid positions, in a number of legislations. It is Juvenile Justice Act, Factories Act, then the Mental Health Care Act, and there are a number of, including the national, the new education policy, where the school complexes need to be managed by trained social workers. So there are a number of spaces where the legislations have created positions for the social workers, and that need to be legitimized, and council gives us that kind of an opportunity. And social workers have a stronger, seventh point is that we have a stronger presence in various fields of service and development sector. Child, it can be domestic violence, it can be child protection. You name an area, disaster management, name an area, we have a position there. So it is another important point, the reason why we need a council to make these important spaces formalized. Then the first and second review committee, UGC review committee way back in 1960s, and second review committee in 1980s recommended that there should be a social work education council. And ninth point is social workers have played and still continue to play a very important role in managing the relief and response operations during the COVID-19 pandemic. We designed a survey, and some of you have filled the survey, and we are sending this survey on an all India basis to capture what services, what support activities social workers have done in the context of the second wave. So this is another important aspect which we need to keep in our mind. And as I mentioned to you, the last point is the NEP 2020 not only recommends trained social workers in the school complexes, but it also recommends a kind of a body which is almost equal to the creation of a National Council for Social Work. Therefore, for these, there are multiple reasons. There are so many other reasons, but these are some 10 important reasons why we need a Council for Social Work in India. And I request you to kindly make note of all these reasons. And whenever you are approaching any person, be it an MP or a minister or a official, tell them that these are some of the, whatever that is sweet to them, use those points and appreciate and convince them that we need a council for social work education in the country. Thank you so much. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you, Devi Prasad sir. Really, it is a wonderful document. I'm going to share you.
Yes.
Sir, can we close the session, sir? Because already we have exceeded our time.
Sure.
On behalf of Andhra University, I take the opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this national webinar. At the outset, I thank all the speakers. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. I especially thank the organizing team and media representatives. I also thank AHRF for giving support of this platform for meeting. I thank all the delegates, namely academicians, faculty, MSW professionals, research scholars, students who have been actively participated in the program. Kindly avail the link which is given for feedback. Please give your feedbacks. With these warm words and kind message, we move to the end of today's seminar. Thank you one and all.
Okay. Are we leaving?
Yes, sir. We can leave, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Whether I am there or not. Because a lot of data will be consumed. That's why.